What up, y'all? It's KP Sports Chick. So, the election is over, and I know I started off with something sports related, but it's all coming together. So, the election is over, and Donald Trump is going to be our new president. Just think about what I just said. Like 2 years ago, he was hosting the Celebrity Apprentice, and here we are. 2 years and some horrible, horrible comments later, he's going to be the 45th president of the United States and the oldest president ever elected to office. Um, I bring it up because I wonder, the voter turnout was mediocre. So, over 100 million people voted this year, which sounds like a lot, but after everything is all said and done, the tally goes like this: 46% of Americans voted roughly, and the other percentage did not care to vote. Um, I'm not saying if I voted, who I voted for, that kind of thing, but I will say if you cared enough about this election to not have Donald Trump president, or to have Hillary Clinton as the president, or vice versa, then you probably should have casted your vote. You probably should have voted and not just talked about it. So, having said that, why am I talking about this? Because I'm wondering, with as close as the vote turned out to be, did sports have an influence in this? Because here's why I say that. Because first of all, Colin Kaepernick didn't even vote. Here we are trying to follow this man, or not even follow, like just try to support this dude, and he's basically saying that he didn't vote because he didn't like either candidate or where they stood, or how they stand on the issues. But you want to make a better America, but you don't want to vote. Now I have my own ideas about politics, voters, process, voting, the process, all of that. But if you are going to put yourself out there to the point where you are going to protest something that you do not agree with in your country, then I would think that when it's time to vote, that you will not only go out and vote, but promote voting. And here's the other thing: you're not just voting for the president; you're voting for your local and state um, officials. I mean, district attorney, you got sheriff. There's lots of positions that you vote for other than the president. So you're basically telling me you didn't vote for anybody because uh, you didn't like either candidate, but there's still like a bunch of other names on the ticket, other propositions on the ticket. Um, it just baffles my mind, especially in California, where it's notorious as far as police crime, police brutality, um, and the relationship between civilians, particularly African American males, and law enforcement. So that, coupled, or also with the fact that Bill Belichick endorsed Donald Trump in a letter, and they meaning they, because I don't know who released it, but it was conveniently released the day before the election, or the day of the election. I can't remember, but it's synonymous at this point. Point being, you write this letter, somebody knows about it, and they wait until the day before the day of to release it. I mean, you don't think that that's not a coincidence? Why of all the days, right? You tell people the day before because it's fresh in their minds. And think about it. If you have Bill Belichick telling all Patriot Nation that he's supporting Donald Trump, I mean, there are people naming their kids after players on the Patriots. Probably a few named Bill, or William, or Thomas, or Brady. You know what I'm saying? So there's no doubt in my mind that somebody might have voted for Donald Trump purely because Bill Belichick and both Tom Brady support him and were backing him this election cycle. So, do you think that sports played a role in this election, especially with it being so close? I absolutely do, because sports is one of the most influential outlets in this country, other than music and other celebrities, as far as who you see on TV and the movies. So, I absolutely believe that. I like to hear your opinion on it, because I think that the coincidences, and the crazy part about it is, not only did Bill Belichick probably influence some voters, but so you're giving votes to Donald Trump, and then also you are taking votes away from Hillary Clinton, essentially, and giving them to Donald Trump, because anybody who is a minority, the majority, I'm not going, there's always that random couple people that will still vote for Donald Trump despite the way he treats minorities, the handicapped, you know, you name it, anybody other than the affluent white man. Should probably vote for anybody but Donald Trump, but you know, here we are. So not only is Bill Belichick and Tom Brady a bit, I'd say, I'm not saying it's a majority of the reason why, or even most. I'm saying it's probably, there's probably a good portion of people that voted because they support Donald Trump. Now, and then I said the other side is that Colin Kaepernick took votes away because there are people who follow him. And so if he's not voting, people are probably saying, you know, this movement is doing something. If he says he's not voting, then I'm not either. And so you took votes away that otherwise probably the majority would have been given to Hillary. And like I said, now here we are. And there was also 4 million votes that were given to the Libertarian Party, Jill Stein, the Libertarian candidate. I would not be surprised if somebody, you know, pushed the vote to anybody but Hillary, so that way Donald Trump would get more votes than Hillary. But that's just me. So let me know what you think. Leave comments at KP the Sports Chick on YouTube. You can go to kpthesportschick.com, my social media hub for everything KP the Sports Chick related. And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so much more all the time. There's contests on the website all the time. So check it out.